Frightfest! It's been 5 days of heat, of crowds, of movies, of amazing creators, of films. I can't even say how intense it has been. Thank you for another awesome year.
Where did the idea for Driven come from then? I mean, you say it's a culmination, so tell me where the idea was.
I thought it would be interesting to do a film that took place entirely in or around a single vehicle. I think I saw Tom Hardy in Locke and really enjoyed it.
And you said it would be?
I said it would be really easy. It'll be so easy because it's a single location.
Not.
Which was not. Which was very quickly, though, in my defense, I realized it was a horrible statement.
Well, and I agreed, because I was like, oh, it's great, it's one location, but you have to have the car places. So it's like, oh no, wait, it's like almost 20 locations.
Yeah. So,
Blood and Flesh is about a director called Al Adamson who made about 30 feature films between the early 60s and the late 70s. And they were all low budget with some incredible people in front of and behind the camera who we would take out to the desert, whip off these incredible low budget movies, pack the drive-in screens, and then often make another one. What's unique about his story is that he ultimately became a recluse after the love of his life died in the early 80s, and then he got murdered.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about The Wretched then. What can people expect?
They can expect, kind of a fun but really dark creature feature. We always compare it to it's like Rear Window, Fright Night, kind of, maybe The Goonies a little, I don't know.
There's also that kind of folk horror element, or the sort of woodsy, witchy kind of stuff as well. Where did the kind of where was the sort of seed of this idea?
We've just always loved witches and witch mythology. We love Roald Dahl's The Witches. Oh, that book,
that's a scary film.
Yeah, a lot of
even the
terrifying.
movie.
I love Frightfest. I had a short film here in 2015 called Vintage Blood, and we made that short to get the money to make Tales from the Lodge.
It's a portmanteau film written by my friend Abigail Blackmore, and I play a guy called Joe, and I also get to direct a little section as well.
Because we got our actors to direct their own individual story.
Oh, so that's incredible.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been done before.
It fits at there's 5 different styles within and underneath this umbrella of Abigail's, direction over the whole thing.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's about this vulnerable, meek woman who finds the strength that she's always had inside her. She regains the strength, and she has this very subtle transformation into this strong, independent woman. She's sort of lost that independence dealing with the loss of her husband. I offered the role to Sarah Bolger, of course, and she was attached to the project for about 18 months before the shoot. One thing that Sarah definitely brought to the project that is more apparent on screen than was on the page was making it more about dealing with grief. That was less obvious in the script. And that was pretty much all in her performance.
The Black String is in the vein of a Rosemary's Baby or a Black Swan, or dare I say Hereditary.
This is The Black String with Frankie Muniz.
It is that type of film again where I know something's happening to me and everyone else says, no, it's not, it's in your head.
It just unravels from there.
Or he unravels.
Frankie's character certainly unravels.
They say this is the biggest screen, the Cineworld screen is the biggest screen in London. Wow, I'll never see it that big again, but that was amazing. It looked fantastic.
Tell us a bit about it. I think you got this one.
Yeah, well, I play Sarah Decker. So she's a young girl growing up in Ireland, and basically she's in a relationship. She finds herself with an unplanned pregnancy, and so her and a friend go to his country home, and basically it's an old parochial house, and what ensues then is
it's nasty.
It's nasty.
I've been coming every year for the last 4 years as a fan, and then so it's kind of a whole new experience to be here this year as one of the filmmakers. Okay. And it's funny because I'm wearing my 2017 Frightfest t-shirt today, because that was the year that changed everything for me, because that was the year I met Joe Lynch, and Joe is the guy who told me to get out there and make this second film. And so this film was born out of Frightfest, so for me to have it world premiering at Frightfest means everything to me.
For For We Are Many? It's an anthology, right?
Yes, so For We Are Many is an anthology that takes inspiration from classic portmanteau films, such as those made by Amicus, as well as the modern resurgence in anthology storytelling with films such as ABCs of Death and Southbound.
It's not like directing a feature, it's basically you're directing a short, so all the rules of a feature go out. You just make this one little sort of small amount of time kind of work, and hopefully have an arc, and hopefully have a button at the end that makes people feel satisfied.
I get to see really exciting new filmmakers making some really extraordinary new films. I've been blown away by what I've been seeing this weekend, but also I get to hang out with some really cool people. I like you.
Why RABID?
Well,
Why? Why take the poison chalice of remaking an early Cronenberg?
Because they wouldn't give us Dead Ringers yet.
Okay, all right. Well, that's next, you know.
Well, we got an email in the dead of winter one December, and it literally said, "Would you like to remake David Cronenberg's RABID?" And I looked at Jen and I was like, "Oh my God, did you see this?" And we're like, "No way, is this real?"
It was like a miracle. It was really, really early in the morning too, and the sun was just coming up, and I was like, "This is a sign."
And it had been after, like, I mean, we haven't made another movie in years. We were game show hosts for years, and after American Mary, no one really knew what to do with us. We
They were
became
really
so
put
niche.
off by our
Yes.
original ideas. It was impossible to get an original thing made because they said they couldn't control us, which is a little bit true.
So we get an interview the next day with these guys on Skype, and they explained that they usually do religious movies, and now they did a religious horror movie, and then they bought the rights to RABID thinking it was about rabid dogs. Until they presented the original script to David Cronenberg, who let them know it was not. And they asked him to be a producer, and because of the script, he didn't want to be a part of it.
Wow.
So they Googled Cronenberg, and our names popped up.
What can we say? Thank you for making this 20th anniversary year one of the best ever and one of the most special for us. I'm so glad you had a great time with all the movies we showed. So thank you so much. We hope you had a great time. Thank you.